Buddy's got an axe to grind. A big axe. Summerhill Cinema 700 here, coming towards you guys, with a video. Today, I'm doing a review on 1987 slasher film by director Rick Rossler titled Slaughterhouse. This is a really cool slasher film, and late 80s slasher, as I said, from 87. Watched this for the first time this year, and this is probably going to be my last video of horror movie review / Blu-ray review of this year, possibly. So I just thought that, it's December. I'm probably going to be doing some Christmas themed videos or something. But I wanted to do this video. I've wanted to do it for a while now because I discovered this film this year for the first time. I watched it back in early June. Really enjoyed it and just didn't come around to doing a review of it yet. So I thought, hell, let's just do it this evening in December. Why not? Because I want to do it this year, the same year that the release came out. But yeah, 1987 Slaughterhouse by director Rick Rossler. This is a really, like I said, a really cool slasher film. Let's just get right into it. It's basically about, this guy Lester and his son Buddy. They have their slaughterhouse where they, produce their own meat, sausages, whatnot, and stuff like that. Kind of the start of the film, we get this cool shot. It's showing like pigs and stuff and being processed and being hung up on meat and stuff like that, which is presumably their factory. But it just shows the process of pigs being slaughtered, really. And long story short, basically, their slaughterhouse is getting shut down, vacated, to make more property or to start a new business. So it's the local town like sheriff, police sheriff, and some real estate guy. They're basically telling them, you're not bringing in the money, I guess, and it's time to shut down. You have to be out in 30 days. And Lester and Buddy, they don't like this. They're like, well, boy. He's like, well, boy, this is a slaughterhouse. This is our slaughterhouse, boy. Like, that's how he talks, and that's Buddy there on the cover. As you can see, a very, very large individual. Big, must be like over 6'5", 300 pounds. And basically, Buddy goes on a murderous rampage. He is pissed off that they're trying to shut down their slaughterhouse, their family business. It's been in the family. And, basically, you get that part of it, and then there's also, we have a group of teenagers, basically. Well, presumably in the movie they play teenagers, high school. They're probably older though, in their 20s, because in these horror films, especially these slashers, the people that always play the teenagers are always like in their early to mid 20s. Anyways, they're basically they're trying to find a place that they can film their own little horror movie, and they end up coming across this slaughterhouse, and they get killed off one by one, as well as the people who are trying to evict Buddy and his dad from their slaughterhouse. So basically just going on a murderous rampage. And I really enjoy this slasher film. I just think that it's a lot of fun. It's a perfect slasher in my opinion. Great addition to my slasher collection, and I'm just happy to have it in there. I'll read the back here so you can get a little bit of an idea if I didn't explain it quite well. Lester Bacon's slaughterhouse has run into financial problems. Faced with the town lawyer, the sheriff, and the rival slaughterhouse owner trying to purchase his land, Lester decides to take matters into his own hands after discovering the type of violence his hulking and mentally deranged son Buddy is capable of. Lester orders him to permanently dispose of anyone who conspires against them. Basically, Buddy, he doesn't talk, he just snorts like a pig. He's like his dad will be talking to him, and he's just like that. A late 80s video store staple, Rick Rossler's Slaughterhouse is gleefully bloody San Diego shot slasher, featuring atmospheric and nourished cinematography along with a generous helping of creative kills. Vinegar Syndrome proudly presents Slaughterhouse in this North American Blu-ray debut, newly restored in 2K from its 35mm interpositive and featuring the original ultra stereo sound mix for the first time on home video. And the transfer on this, even though I've seen this this is the first time seeing it, was on this Vinegar Syndrome Blu-ray. You can just tell, the picture quality is just spot on. Absolutely perfect. No complaints about the transfer at all. And no complaints about this film. I really enjoy it. I think it's a great slasher. And I actually liked all the characters, all the the teenagers in this movie. I didn't find them annoying or anything like that. And I was just like, it kind of sucked when they're the kind of characters like usually in a lot of slasher films you want them to die. These guys are kind of like, oh, they're a bit annoying, but you kind of like them. And I found one of the females quite attractive, actually the darker haired one, and she died. And I was like, oh shit. But and one thing that I'll note too is that that's the thing that I found about this movie when I was watching it is that all the teenagers, all the the people in the they all get killed off quite quickly, like at around the same time. Like a lot of them just die rather than like one dying here, then like 20 minutes later one dies. They all like get slaughtered pretty quickly. I think there's like one at the end, but I can't remember being. Of course, it's been 6 months or something since I watched it, so I can't remember it word for word. One thing that I'll note as well is that I really enjoyed the soundtrack in it. The music sounded really good. Like there's a couple screenshots here of like Buddy in the freezer. I don't know if you can see that. And then this scene here, I really like this when the some of the teenagers, they're hanging up on hooks. He has killed them, and then Buddy takes his dad in there, and he's like, "Jesus Christ, boy, what have you done?" He's like, "Well, at least you made clean cuts of them." And it's just like, but when they show the kids hanging up, there's like this really cool music playing. It's like, I can't do it, but it's just like this. It's music in the background, and it just sounds like dark, dungeonish, like it's like it goes really well. It's almost like synthish. I don't know. It's like like you'd have to see it, but it's good. I really like the music. It goes well with it. So, and I really enjoyed this. So this is I probably put this in my top 10 80s slashers. Honestly, I really enjoyed it. Nothing to complain about. And actually, the director, Rick Rossler, has his own YouTube channel. I believe it's called Skycamp Productions, and I wrote a comment on it because he had a little video about this release, and I just said, oh, I just watched the movie for the first time, really enjoyed it. And Rick Rossler, the director, actually replied to my comment. He said, well, I'm really glad that you enjoyed the film. And if you go to his YouTube channel and you leave a comment, he seems pretty good with replying to people's comments, and I've seen his comments on some people's reviews of this film too. So if you're watching this, Rick Rossler, by chance, hopefully I'm pronouncing your name properly. Thank you for the great your contribution to the 80s slasher genre. This is a great film. I love it. I really enjoy it. I'm proud to have it in my collection. One more thing, let's just go through quickly the special features here. We get tons, as you can see, a big row there. We get the newly scanned, of course, and restored in 2K, and like I said, the transfer is just crystal clear. Commentary track with director Rick Rossler, producer Jeffrey Onko, and production designer. New video interview with lead actress. Making a low-budget indie featurette with Rick Rossler. Producing Slaughterhouse interview with Jerry Onko. Archival interviews with Rick Rossler, 1999. 30 years after the slaughter. Radio interview featurette from 87. Local news coverage from the premiere, behind-the-scenes featurette, outtakes, no smoking Slaughterhouse snipe, which is this funny little, like, they're in the movie theater, him and Buddy, and the dad and Buddy, and they're like, no smoking in the theater, folks, which I guess is something they played when the movie came out in theaters. Multiple theatrical trailers, TV and radio spots, shooting script gallery, reversible cover art, English subtitles, and if we open it up, we get a Blu-ray and a DVD copy of the film, which looks really nice. And the reverse cover art is pretty much the same. Really, it's just, instead of Slaughterhouse being there, it's there, kind of in the middle. And then, instead of this being down here in red, it's up there in white, the movie quote. So yeah, Blu-ray and DVD combo pack, which is great, to have a Blu-ray and DVD. Some people don't like it. I like having the Blu-ray and the DVD option. But that's 1987's Slaughterhouse. I hope I did a decent job of explaining it. There's not a ton to explain. I covered the most of it. And, this Buddy character, he's really funny. At one point, he actually takes a police officer's car and drives it around. I didn't really mention the kills. There's some good kills, like one of the guys who's trying to shut the place down. They stick him in this meat grinder, and they're pushing him down, and he's like then down into the meat grinder. Really gross. And another one, he chops like the police officer's hand off and then just drops the hand in front of his face. We get throat slits, chopped off heads, I think. So really good kills, good gore effects, good music. It's everything you want in an 80s slasher. It's cheese, it's fun, has a likable killer, and it has likable characters that are getting killed. So without further ado, hopefully I didn't mention everything because it's hard to, you forget things, but I think you get the main idea. Slaughterhouse from 1987 is a really great film, and again, thank you Rick Rosser for this awesome 80s slasher. This Blu-ray from Vinegar Syndrome I highly recommend. You can get it on their website, you can get it on Amazon, and you can get it for a pretty reasonable price now. But anyways, that's 1987's Slaughterhouse. Thank you for watching this video, and definitely check out this great slasher film. Without further ado, thank you for watching, and we'll catch you on the next video. Bye-bye.